Hey Zeus, 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 do you love me? Huh? Do you love me? Does Zeus love me? Hello everybody, welcome back to Tavian's World of Reptiles. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. So today I want to talk to you guys about snakes and whether or not they feel emotions like affection and love and other such emotions like that. So, oops, I'm sorry, I scared you. So I have done a lot of research on this topic, and I'm going to tell you that I've not been able to find much of anything that scientifically says that snakes do or do not feel emotions like love and affection and other such things. There's nothing to scientifically prove this as a thing. I've not yet found it, and if you know of some link that you can send to me to show me studies that have been done, I will happily take them. But as far as I know, there is no scientifically proven fact that says snakes do or do not feel emotions. So anything that I'm saying in this video is really just based off my own personal experience and my own personal belief on the topic. That being said, let me just start off with saying that generally most snakes are solitary creatures. They don't seek out friendships, they don't seek out the company of other snakes outside of their natural drive to breed, and then they go on the hunt, they find a mate, they do the deed, and then they separate. They don't have the need, the drive to stick around and build any, really romantic relationships in that sense. So when it comes to socializing with snakes, they are not generally about the presence of each other. They can ignore each other, but they will often fight, especially when it comes to breeding season. So, in that sense, they are solitary creatures and they don't really like to show affection to each other in that sense. So, I do want to say that right off the bat. However, I do not believe that snakes are incapable of showing some form of affection. Their affection may not be on the same level as we as humans show affection, just as the way we show affection is not the same as the way cats or dogs show affection. When I think about it, I like to think about it how we have emotional connections to inanimate objects, whether that be a child and its teddy bear or blanket or favorite toy, or we with our, favorite shirt, our lucky socks, our wedding rings, our favorite necklace. Those are things that we have emotional attachments to and that we are very fond of. And so I do believe that snakes are capable of growing fond of us and with positive association can really grow to appreciate our presence. We provide them with everything they need. We provide them with food, and if we're doing everything properly, we're providing them with a lot of stimulus in their enclosures. And some snakes genuinely do appreciate being let out of their enclosure to be held, to let out to do stretching, even if they do have a very large enclosure, just to come out and be in our presence can genuinely make a snake happy. At least just from what I have seen. I have seen snakes that will come out of their hide the moment I walk into the room and come right up to the door, ready to come out, ready to be with me in my presence. And snakes that will just hang out and be with me and watch whole movies with me and not even try to get away, or will be roaming the room and doing their own thing, and they can go clear around me. They could go across the room from me. They could stay away from me, but they will take their time to come all the way up to me, slither up on me, do a little periscope thing at me, and then, just spend some time being on me before they continue on with their roaming. And they don't have to do that. I don't prompt them to do that. They just choose to come and be in my presence. And it's things like that that really show me that my snakes do have some degree of affection for me. Um, at least respect, and they know that I'm not going to hurt them. They know I'm not going to harm them. They trust me. And so snakes, in that sense, I do believe show affection when it comes to stuff like that, especially with keepers who actually keep them regularly as pets. As a breeder, it's harder to make those connections because they come and they go so quickly. But even with your breeding animals, those connections can be made. There is some degree of affection there, maybe not as much as somebody who is not a breeder, who spends more time with them, just having one-on-one time, and just lets them do their thing. But there's still levels of affection even from that breeder snake to the breeder. Like there's just that level of respect that has been gained. I am sorry, I keep booping your facey. And so, and just like that, like I booped his face, and he could have just decided to bite me, but I think he knows that that was an accident, although it might have scared him. And so just little things like that. I think affection is most shown in a lot of rescue cases. I feel like, when snakes have come from really rough homes where they were underfed, they were kept in really poor, care, they didn't have proper sized enclosures, and when snakes come from really rough homes where they weren't cared for properly to somewhere where they get food regularly, where everything is perfect, they've got a clean home all the time, they've got lots of space to move around. I think snakes like that tend to show really a lot of appreciation and affection towards the keepers that have taken them from really terrible situations and given them a better life. I think it's really, really prevalent in situations like rescue because just they can show you how much they appreciate all that you do with just the way they interact with you, how they act when they're holding you, and you hear stories of people who are just like, oh, my snake loves to be with me, but the moment I hand him off to like my husband, he suddenly starts striking at everything and he's just not happy, or I'll let anybody hold my snake and the whole time he's just trying to get back to me, and those are signs of affection. Like that snake feels safer with you holding them than this other big warm tree that's holding them, and those are signs of affection. And so, since there's nothing scientific out there that says yay or nay, snakes do or do not feel affection, we can only go off of our own things. And there are a lot of people that are just like, well, it's terrible that you put these human affections or these human emotions on snakes because they don't feel these things. And I think to some degree, snakes feel a lot of the same affections and feelings that we do, regardless of whether they're able to express them in the same ways that we express them. I think any living being can feel more emotions than their just basic instinct drive. There's more to just, eating, feeding, drinking, surviving, mating. I think anything that is living can feel, like even plants. You look at a plant that's not well taken care of, it doesn't really get a lot of attention, and it's just kind of droopy and it's sad, and it just doesn't look healthy. But if you give that plant all the attention, you prune it, you sing to it, you give it light, you give it all this love and pruning, and it glows. It glows so much more than just a plant that was given the most basic of attention. Even just talking to plants can really affect the way the plant grows, and that's been scientifically proven. Even music and just like any type of positive energy with plants can really actually have a positive impact on how the plant grows. So if things like plants can be affected by these human things that we put on them, then I do believe that snakes can feel the same affections, can feel the same things, can have that same sense um, of emotions. And then, like I said, they're different. They're different than that of like a mammals, obviously, and they express them in different manners. But I don't believe that they're incapable of feeling love and emotions. Well, maybe not love. I don't know. Love is a deep one. I can't say snakes love, but I do believe that they gain bonds and they grow affectionate, and they grow fond of us. They grow fond of being in our presence. They grow fond of what we provide for them. Just like we grow fond of the things that we love. Like I said, the wedding rings, the necklace, those little things that we are as inanimate objects. They can't have that back, but we feel that for them. And I think snakes can feel that back towards us, whether they understand what we are, whether they understand all that we do for them or not. They do feel fond of us for providing them with food. They are fond of us for giving them this lovely and warm and properly sized enclosures and just giving them all this extra stuff, than just just letting them be. I think, yes, snakes would appreciate just being left alone. I'm sure, snakes don't mind not being bothered. They would prefer if we didn't handle them and whatnot. But I also think snakes can grow. I'm sorry I did it again. They can grow to actually appreciate those things and really, seek it out. I have snakes that will actively be at my door pretty much begging me to let them out. And so when they do things like that, I mean, and I know they're not because they're in a small enclosure. They all have enclosures, sorry, that actually are perfect for their size, if not more. So it's not like they're in a tight little enclosure saying, "Get me out! I need more space." They just want to be out. They want to be out in my presence. They want to be held. They want to roam. And I think those are signs of affection. Those are signs of emotion that people tend to just are really strongly against believing that snakes can feel anything other than the basic drive of eat and hunt and sex and sleep, and that's it. There's so much more to them, and so yes, I personally believe that snakes can feel, that they can show affection, and there's so much more on this topic I want to touch on, but I can't ever think about everything I want to say on it in one go. So yeah, that's just the first top time I want to talk about it. It's just the first little bit that I want to touch on. So snakes, in my opinion, they can feel emotion, they can feel affection. Where are you going? All right, everybody, this is TWR. I'm checking out. You all have a fantastic day. Take care of yourselves. Love your loved ones. Love your reptiles. Love yourselves. And y'all keep spreading those herbs.